Carrie Williams,
Patricia Stice,
Carol Webb,
Charity Donnelly,
Valerie Richardson.
Many of us wait all year. We count down the days, marking them off our work calendars one by one. The anticipation grows as the days go on and the date gets closer. It's finally time to depart. It's time for vacation. For those of us that go on vacations regularly, we know the importance of planning the perfect vacation. So maybe you're planning your family vacation. Maybe it's just you and your significant other. Maybe it's you and a group of friends, or maybe it's for your whole family. Regardless, who wouldn't want to visit a place with a wealth of history, a relaxing beach atmosphere, and many local attractions and businesses to support? I've been taking vacations to beaches in North Carolina and South Carolina ever since I was little. This is over 15 years of beach vacations. Out of all the vacations I've gone on, my favorite is to Emerald Isle at the Crystal Coast. After much research and drawing from personal experiences, I want to persuade my audience to visit Emerald Isle at the Crystal Coast for their next vacation. Emerald Isle offers much history, breathtaking beaches, and multiple local businesses and attractions to support. So let's first discuss the history of Emerald Isle. So how did this place get its name? When the original developers were debating the purchase of this part of the undeveloped island, a consultant was hired to advise them. This consultant asked to be flown over the island to gain perspective on the development. From the air, the consultant stated that this place shall be known as Emerald Isle due to its appearance as a green gem in the middle of a sea of sparkling water, says emeraldilenorthcarolina.org. You can see an aerial view on the screen. But how exactly did Emerald Isle come about? Emerald Isle was developed as a resort in the 1950s. However, Emerald Isle never really took off as a resort like many of the local beaches that we know, like Virginia Beach and Myrtle Beach. Instead, it kept its small town charm, says Renee Wright in her book, Explorer's Guide to North Carolina Outer Banks. Emerald Isle was purchased in 1954 from Mrs. Anita Fort Mullock. The total purchase price was $350,000, the largest ever recorded in Carteret County at the time, says emeraldilenorthcarolina.org. There are numerous surrounding areas with great history, but the one that I would like to discuss is Beaufort County in North Carolina. A quick drive from Emerald Isle along the Crystal Coast is by far my favorite town to visit, the town of Beaufort. Beaufort, which started as Beaufort by the Sea in 1709, is the state's third oldest town, says Renee Wright in her book, North Carolina's Outer Banks and Crystal Coast. With over 285 historic homes, Beaufort is full of beautiful architecture and landscapes to observe. Over 150 of these houses are over 100 years old, dating back to the 1700s. This is any real estate guru or history buff's dream, says crystalcoastnorthcarolina.org. You can see some of these houses on the left with their historic plaques. Another piece of history found in Beaufort that will appeal to both those young and old is the North Carolina Maritime Museum in Beaufort, which houses remnants of Blackbeard the Pirate's ship, grenades, and belt buckles, says trip101.com. The Maritime Museum also gives a wealth of knowledge of the history of the area's rich background of pirates, merchants, and commercial fisheries. Inside of the museum, you can also see many boats being built in this time, which most of those are canoes or sailboats, says Renee Wright in her book, North Carolina's Outer Banks and Crystal Coast. Next, we will discuss the breathtaking beaches that Emerald Isle has to offer. The beaches along the Crystal Coast at Emerald Isle are the perfect escape from reality. A local and personal favorite is The Point. The Point is located near the Coast Guard station right after you cross the bridge onto Emerald Isle. I've been there numerous times myself and I can attest to the breathtaking views that The Point has to offer. The Point is a great place to go for a beach hike, as that any given day there's approximately 3 football fields worth of sand before you can even reach the water, says David Sabata in his book, A Walk at the Beach. You can see some of these pictures which I took of The Point and these two. At The Point, you can find thousands of seashells, which you can see pictured on the left, light sand, and minimal crowds. This is enough to want to make you rise early and stay for the sunrise on the calm shores, says trip101.com. But these aren't your typical beaches. Unlike more commercial beaches like Myrtle Beach and Virginia Beach, Emerald Isle beaches offer easy access to the water, free parking, and uncrowded beaches, says David Sabata in his book, A Walk at the Beach. For more options than just basking in the sun and riding the waves, the section of the beach near the Coast Guard station offers access to waves, bike trails, access to the Bogey Sound to kayak or paddleboard, as well as access to the Emerald Woods Park, which offers disc golf, grills, and plenty of picnic areas. says David Sabana in his book, A Walk at the Beach. Lastly, let's discuss the numerous opportunities to support local businesses and attractions. Emerald Isle is a host of many local favorites, offering numerous activities on land and water, both indoors and outdoors. A crowd and personal favorite is the Bogey Inlet Fishing Pier. The pier has tackle, drinks and food, beach gear, and public restrooms. You're all set to catch a record-breaking fish while at the Bogey Inlet Fishing Pier. The pier even has its own restaurant, so you don't have to leave your prime fishing spot, says trip101.com. An option for a family-friendly outing is the Salty Pirate Water Park. The Salty Pirate offers a family-friendly water park with a huge slide. The water park offers a day full of wading pools, slides, as well as an arcade. The water park is family-owned like most attractions in and around Emerald Isle. You can see the water park here and the inlet fishing pier here. A nearby indoor option is North Carolina Aquarium at Pine Knoll Shores. The aquarium is a perfect rainy day activity, which I've been to multiple times when I'm there because there's always one rainy day at the beach. The aquarium allows visitors to meet live native brown trout, giant catfish, playful otters, sea turtles, and sharks, says Renee Wright in her book Explorer's Guide to North Carolina Outer Banks. And these are two pictures which I took at my last vacation, a sea turtle and jellyfish. I hope that you'll consider visiting this on your next vacation trip. In conclusion, now that you know the history of Emerald Isle that has to offer, an overview of the relaxing atmosphere, and now know some of the local spots to support, I hope that you'll consider this your next vacation spot. So let's circle back. You're planning your family vacation. You want history, nice beaches, and local spots to support. Emerald Isle has all the qualities to make your vacation a memorable one, to make you want to come back again and again.